is that he was his father's favorite son. In fact, Jacob gave Joseph a special gift. First question, was it A, a puppy, B, a beautiful coat, or C, a shiny new sword? Oh, yeah, music. Do you guys have your answers?
Yes.
All right, hold them up. Let's see. We think it was B, a beautiful coat. It was! Well done. Well, remember, Joseph was one of 12 sons. So how do you think his brothers felt about Joseph getting that nice new swag? How do you think he felt? How do you think those brothers felt?
Angry.
Jealous? Yeah, what would...
Angry.
Angry? Yeah. They were jealous.
I said grumpy.
Grumpy, that's probably grumpy too. In fact, it even tells us here in the Bible that they hated Joseph. They couldn't speak a single nice word to him. Yikes. But one night, Joseph had a dream. Did he dream about A, bundles of grain, B, pizza, or C, new sandals?
Whisper, don't let him hear you. Don't let the boys hear you. What do you think? What do you think? Bundles of grain is like weeds or like harvest.
All right, if you have your answer, hold it up.
Oh,
it was pizza.
oh.
I'm just kidding. It was
Wait a
bundles of
minute.
grain. It was bundles of grain.
Woo!
You guys got it.
Girls.
And here's what Joseph told his brothers. Listen to this dream, he said. We were out in the field tying up bundles of grain. Suddenly, my bundles stood up, and your bundles all gathered around and bowed low before mine. His brothers were like, wait a second. Are you telling us that your bundle was standing tall like a king, and we're supposed to bow down to you? This was not what they wanted to hear either. But Joseph wasn't done. He had another dream. Was this dream about A, pizza, B, a sloth climbing a tree, or C, the sun, moon, and stars?
Shh, don't tell.
Talk about it in your
What
group,
do you think?
Elliot.
Which one do you guys think? Which one do you think? Do you think you know? Did you know? Did you know too? Which
Hey,
one?
Maya.
Hide your
You
answer.
have your answers? Let me see.
Looking. No looking, boys.
Let me see your answers. You're right, it was a dream about the stars. So once again, Joseph told his brothers, and this time his dad too, about his dream. Listen, I have had another dream, he said. The sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed low before me. 11 stars. How many brothers did he have? 11. So in other words, Joseph's family would be bowing down to him. This wasn't what his brothers wanted to hear either. So Joseph's brothers had to leave to go take care of the family's flocks of animals. So Jacob sent Joseph to join them and report back how they were doing. When Joseph arrived, they were supposed to be at a place called Shechem, but they weren't there. A man said they had moved on to another spot in Dothan, so Joseph went there next. The brothers saw Joseph when he was still off in the distance, and they made plans about what they would do when he got there. What do you think their plan was? Was it to A, give him a high five?
Hey,
Bless you.
what do you
B, start up a game of soccer? Or C, take him out?
What do you think?
And not out for dinner.
Check with everybody. What do you think? I think they're going to Pizza Hut. They're going to Pizza Hut. They're going out to dinner, boys.
Let them choose.
Dinner. They're going to Burger King.
All right, what was it? You're right, they plan to take him out.
Oh, not to Burger King.
Not to Burger King, not to McDonald's, not even to a nice Coney Island.
Oh, man.
Here comes the dreamer, they said. Come on, let's kill him and throw him into one of these cisterns. We can tell our father a wild animal has eaten him. Then we'll see what becomes of his dreams. Whoa. Seriously, brothers, don't you think that's going a little too far? Reuben, the oldest brother, thought so. He tried to save Joseph by convincing his brothers to just put him in a well without actually hurting him so that he could go back later and bring him back to their father. When Joseph arrived, the brothers took his coat away and threw him A, into a ball pit, B, into a well, or C, into a bird's nest.
What do you think? Think airtime? Think he went to a ball pit? Airtime trampoline? No? No? What do you think? Annabelle, what do you think?
Maya, stop looking.
No cheating over there, boys.
All right, show me your answers.
Oh.
That's right. They threw him into a
Nice.
well,
Woo!
just like
Go,
Reuben
girls.
suggested. And then, do you know what the brothers did? They sat down to eat. They didn't even feel bad. They sat down to have their lunch. While they were eating, they saw some people traveling with camels. It was a group of traders, and they were on their way to A, Egypt, B, Las Vegas,
What?
or C, Timbuktu. That's a real place, by the way. It's on
Might be
the
Las
Facebook.
Vegas. Do you think it's Las Vegas? Got it, girls? Girls, do you know? Do you know what you're
All right, let's see those answers. That's right, they were heading toward Egypt.
We tried to
You guys
trick
are on
you.
a roll today. This time, another brother, Judah, spoke up. Judah said to his brothers, "What will we gain by killing our brother? We'd have to cover up the crime. Instead of hurting him, let's sell him to those Ishmaelite traders. After all, he is our brother, our own flesh and blood." So they didn't want to kill him. They just wanted to send him away instead. So they decided to sell Joseph to the traders in exchange for some silver. And the traders took Joseph away to Egypt. The brothers knew their dad would wonder what happened to Joseph, so they came up with a plan. They took Joseph's beautiful coat, dipped it in goat's blood, and then we're going to tell their dad that a wild animal killed Joseph.
It's terrible.
All right, last question, everyone.
Come on, girls, we got it.
What do you think Jacob, their dad, did when the brothers lied and said a wild animal had killed Joseph? Did he A, believe them, B, throw them into a well, or C, send them to Timbuktu?
Did he believe him, do you think? What do you think? Or did he send him? What do you think he did? This could be the tiebreaker. I don't know.
Maybe. All right. Music's over. What are your answers?
We had everyone different.
Oh, okay. I'm curious to see what happened. Let's see. That's right. You both got it. Jacob believed the
Good
brother's
job, girl.
story, and he was so sad because he thought he lost one of his sons.
Oh, man.
Meanwhile, poor Joseph wasn't dead. He was riding with the traders all the way to Egypt. Once they got there, they sold Joseph to the servant of a man named Potiphar. Potiphar was an important official who worked for the Pharaoh, who was like the king of Egypt. Potiphar was the captain of Pharaoh's palace guard.
Mom.
Nope. And that's where we'll leave Joseph's story for today. But spoiler alert, we're just getting started. Joseph's life was full of some pretty big ups and downs. But there was one thing that never changed. God was with him. All through his life, over and over again, Joseph had to trust that God had a bigger plan. And here's the really cool part. Are you ready? God is with us like he was with Joseph. He's with us in the good times and in the times we feel all alone. We can trust that he understands even when it seems like no one else does. So our bottom line today is when you think you're alone, you can trust God is with you. Let's pray before we break out into our small groups.